G'day, I'm Darren Yates, hardware writer for Australian PC User Magazine, and this month we're looking at some of the basics in our DVD burning masterclass, in particular how to get your digital video camera tapes and VHS tapes onto DVD.
Now, first of all, to get those two forms of video onto your PC, you'll need some extra bits and pieces to make it work. To capture video from your digital video camcorder, you'll need a PC with a FireWire port, and you'll need a FireWire cable. Now, most PCs come with a FireWire port. However, if yours doesn't, you can pick up an internal FireWire card for around about $30. The port you're looking for looks like this, and you may find it on the front or the rear of your PC. Next, you'll need a FireWire cable, and typically the one you'll want for PC use is a 6-pin to 4-pin type. The 6-pin plug goes into the PC socket, while the 4-pin plug goes into the FireWire socket of your digital video camcorder. It's also called the iLink socket on most Sony cameras. And that's it. The hardware for digital video capture is pretty easy, but just make sure you have plenty of hard disk space for all that video. Things are a little more complicated when it comes to analog video, and we're going to show you how it can be done using a Fusion HD TV digital TV tuner card. This card has video capture, but it can't grab the audio, so we'll show you how to get around that problem. First up, you'll need a 3-way RCA cable like this one, with red, white and yellow connectors on each end. Connect up one end to your VCR's composite and video output and stereo audio output sockets. Next, you'll need one of these 3-way RCA double socket adapters. Just connect up the red and white connectors from the VCR cable for now. These are the audio outputs. The yellow cable carrying our video connects into the yellow RCA socket of our special card adapter cable. This cable comes bundled with the DTV tuner card for just such a job. However, if you have a graphics card with Vivo, that's video in and video out, you can do pretty much the same thing with it, and you'll find an adapter cable in your graphics card bundle. Now, back at the job at hand, once the yellow RCA connector is plugged in, you can then plug the DTV analog cable into the video capture port of the DTV card. Next, we have to sort out the audio situation. While the DTV tuner card can't capture audio, your PC sound card can. So what we do is use a common 3.5mm stereo to twin RCA audio cable and connect the red and black sockets into the 3-way RCA adapter, and then plug the 3.5mm stereo plug into the line-in port of your PC. Now, I know this can look a bit confusing, but I assure you it works. Just repeat this part of the video a few times while you're piecing everything together. But the good news is once you've got this sorted out, that's it, it's all done. Right, well now that we've got the hardware all sorted out, it's time to make some movies. Now we're going to be using a tool called Power Producer Gold. It's the bundled tool that came with the LG burner in the system that I'm using, and it's a pretty good example of what you'll find out in the marketplace. So let's double click on the icon. However, unfortunately, it does like to take control of your audio mixer and switch off the microphone and line-in inputs, which isn't terribly useful in our situation just now, but so I'll have to click on that audio control and turn the mic back on every now and then. Right, the options of the 5 here, the most useful is Produce Movie Disc. It's basically what you'll need to go from start to finish, meaning capturing your video from VCR or DV cam right through to making menus and authoring the disc. So let's click on Produce Movie Disc. And we've got 4 disc options. Of the 4 here, DVD is the one you'll be using. You can have a look at DVD VR. That's an editable option that's typically used on DVD recorders, but for compatibility's sake, you want to make a DVD so that it'll play in all DVD players. Now, location. You shouldn't need to change this. I would recommend you leave it on the Australia, or more importantly, the PAL video standard. Coming across, we've got 3 disc options here. You've got a AA 8.5 gig disc, single layer 4.7 gig, or one of the small little 8cm jobs giving you 1.4 gigs. Now, for bang for buck, I recommend the 4.7 gig single layer disc. Now, video and audio quality. Let's have a look at video quality first. High quality you can select, and that uses an 8 megabit bit rate. Standard play uses 4.6, and long play is 3.1. Now, the better the quality of the video, the more disk space it uses up. So if you want a long video, you might want to try using either standard or long play. Basically, same thing again for the audio. However, you've got two options here. The first is MPEG audio. That's basically MPEG 1 layer 2 or MP2. Now, you probably know of MP3 or MPEG 1 layer 3. Unfortunately, it is not part of the DVD standard, so it can't be used. So you've got MPEG 1 layer 2, or the other option is to use LPCM, which stands for Linear Pulse Coded Modulation, which is basically uncompressed audio or Windows Wave format. Again, that's better quality, but it also chews up disk space like there's no tomorrow. So we're going to go with the MPEG 1 layer 2 option. Now, once that's all settled, click on the next window. And we've got, if you have a look on the capture options here, we've got our DV camera that we plugged in, plus we've got our TV tuner card and the analog video capture option, which it's called VCR. Now, if you're capturing via your camcorder or your digital video camcorder, you just click on this option, and the video, when you record it, will come down the FireWire cable in digital format, so there'll be no loss of quality. We're going to be using the VCR option, and that's an analog video capture, so there will be some loss of quality, but it'll depend on how good the tape was, how good the output circuitry of your VCR is, how good the cables are from the output of the VCR through to your video capture card, and then quality of the video capture card itself. So there's a lot of links in the chain that you need to be aware of. The better all those links are, the better the final quality you'll end up with. So let's get going. We'll click on the VCR option. Just turn that mic back on again. Now, all you need to do is grab the remote for your VCR, cue up the tape, hit play, and then hit record when you're ready. That is the first clip from our tape, and we'll do another one. It's basically the same process. Cue up the tape, and then just hit play, and then hit the record button. And there's our second clip. Now, obviously, we're making a very, very small, very short disc. Otherwise, we'd be here all day. So if we click on. Now, sorry about that. But again, the tool always seems to turn off the microphone input. Now, all we need to do is click play. And as you can see, we've got our clip of 3801. And that looks fine to me. You can actually make edit points using these extra controls, but for the sake of getting on with things, we'll leave it as it is. That looks fine to me. I'm ready to go and have a look at making the menus now. Click on the next window. And the default option here is pretty bland, I must admit. So, how can you make your own? Well, first thing you can do is change the background style, which is basically the background image. Hit the load button. I just happen to have a pic here of some steam trains that might just look quite good as a background. So we'll click on that, and then we'll hit open. And our new background is there. Now, change the menu heading. Let's call this Steam Safari for something. Oops. Now, if you see here, you can see we've got a bunch of numbers on the video clips, which isn't such a great move. So what you can actually do is go hit the back button. And off goes the mic again. Right, and we right. This is becoming a pain. Right click on the video and we'll change the name of the clip. We will make that 3801 Blaxland and do this. Right, now we're back again. Now we've got our Steam Safari window menu, we've got our two clips, and basically this is a preview window, so you can, it's almost like this is what you're going to see when you throw it in your DVD player, plus you've got a nice little remote here, so if we just hit the play button, up comes our first clip. So that should play through nicely. Now, you'll notice that well, it's nice looking at those clips. You'll notice that we only have the option of the first disc. Sorry, the first title. That's more a limitation of the remote in this tool than anything else, but basically there you go. That's how our disc will work. I'm pretty happy with that. As you can see, we're not using much disc space. Down here is your guide for how much disc space you're using. There's a warning label here that comes in around about just a bit over 4 gigabytes, and your limit is 4,700 megabytes. I should have said 4 gigabytes, yeah, that's right. Now, at the moment you can see we're only using 59 megabytes, so it's hardly an issue. So once you're happy with your menu system, you basically hit the next button, and we're ready to burn the disc. Now you've got a couple of options here. You can burn straight to the disc, or you can save as a disk image. You would use another tool later, and basically what you can do is save this on your hard drive for burning later on. With the disk image you can use Nero or even our own ripping and burning toolbox to copy that, to burn that image straight to a disk. Basically it's the disk layout as a file rather than just going to the disk. You can change the disk volume label. This is what will appear on your DVD player when it first throws, when you first throw the disk in. We can just change that and call that Steam Safari, and then go and burn the disk. Now I won't do that now, but all you basically because trying to burn a disk and capture video at the same time is a recipe for disaster. So we'll stop here, but all you need to do is then load your disk into your burner and hit the burn button, and it takes care of the rest. And that's pretty much how you can capture either analog video from your VCR or even from your DVD player, and Firewire from your digital video camera. Now there's also another option with your digital video camera if you've got what's called an analog to digital converter, that you just plug your analog video straight into the camera. Unfortunately, not too many cameras these days seem to have that feature anymore, so using the digital video camera to get video off the tape via the Firewire cable, or using a TV tuner card to grab analog video from your VHS recorder is the best way to go. But as you can see, it's all fairly simple, fairly straightforward, as long as you just follow the basic steps. Think about what you're doing beforehand, make sure you've got enough hard disk space, and that's pretty much it. It's fairly simple to do.
So there you have it. Even with just the bundled software that came with your DVD burner, all you need to add is a digital TV tuner card or a digital video camera with an ADC to capture analog and digital video and turn it into great DVD home movies.